everybody and welcome to my dream analysis workshop, which we're going to be doing a little bit of it every day, so you get used to it and see what's going to happen. Now, when we talk about dreams, we're talking about an altered state of reality and about an altered state of ourselves. There have been a lot of scientific research has been done about this, and we go through various sleep waves, as we drop off on alpha, beta, theta waves, and it's when we get to the alpha state, that's when we start dreaming. Sometimes if you are between stages, you get these kind of strange occurrences where you think you're being pulled off the bed or, something like that, and that can be quite scary, and that's one of those where you seem to be aware of what's going on around you still. You can hear people's voices in the here and now, but you for some reason can't move, you can't open your eyes, you can't move your hands, you can't do anything. And you tend to think then, oh my God, if somebody would just touch me, I would wake up then, And that's not really a nice state to be in. However, our dreams are there to help us make sense of our everyday life, because from before we're born and even once we're here, we're being told what to do, what not to do, what's right, what's wrong, what's good, what's bad. People like our bosses or our parents try to manipulate us gently or sometimes forcefully, and and churches and religion, all these kind of people that have prejudices, collective ways of thinking, narrow-minded ways of thinking, all this kind of thing, and it's not always easy to make sense out of all of this. And your dreams actually help you with making sense out of all of the things that are happening to you on a day-to-day basis in your life, and sometimes also to show you solutions to problems, believe it or not. And you have people who will tell you, oh, it's just a dream, don't worry. Those are the people you need to immediately ignore and move away from, because they really have no idea what they're talking about. It is never just a dream. Trust me. And I will give you a very true example now. I'll talk about myself for the minute, because I can't talk about anybody else. I don't know other people and what happens to them. I can only talk about me. I woke up screaming one night when I was 10 or 11 years old. My mother immediately said to me, what happened? Did you have a nightmare? And I said, yes, I think so. She said, why don't you tell me about it? So I said to her that I was with our landlord's children, and I had them by the hand. They were younger than me, they were small, they were 3 years old, 2 years old, they were small children. And we were for some reason on a graveyard. And suddenly one of the graves opened and a skeleton came out of this grave with a sword in its hand, and it was running after me and it tried to kill me. And I was running with these children and I tried to get them to safety, and this must obviously be now the time when I woke up screaming. And my mother said, oh, that's scary. I think I would have screamed too. Did something happen at school? No. I said immediately, no, nothing happened at school, no. You need to be very honest with me now. Something happened in real life, because otherwise you wouldn't be dreaming this what has happened. And after a lot of umming and ahhing and not wanting to worry her, I had to now confess that our landlord tried to rape me. And well, you know, she took it from there when he got done in court, etc., etc. But you know, so it's never just a dream. Okay, be very careful with children. Children especially, I start with children now. Children especially, you know, when things happen to them, like say they go to kindergarten the first time, they go to school the first time, or new school, or you know, all these things are quite worrying for them, and they try to make sense of the world around them, which is exciting and scary at the same time. And you have children very often who will then have maybe nightmares or night terrors. In a night terror, a child will scream and ear-piercingly scream, and they'll be hysterical, and you must immediately get them to tell you what they dreamt, and then if you want you can call me and I will tell you what it's about and maybe what you need to get further information on, etc. But you must try and find out. And you know, it can be very, it's a scary word for children, you know, for people as well. You know, if you're trying, so maybe you're moving house, or you're getting a new job, or you have problems in your relationships, you know, all these kind of things can evoke really scary dreams. And one of the weird dreams is where you suddenly stand in front of the new boss and then you realize you're naked. Oh my God. And the embarrassment you feel in this dream now, you know, is unbelievable, you know, and you think, oh, Jesus Christ, what the hell? And all that in reality means is that we're frightened of being exposed, that we're frightened of not being good enough, and we're kind of finding ourselves in situations we can't cope with or don't want to be in. And it's understandable. I mean, you know, a new job is just that, and you know, it is a bit scary, isn't it? You live in a new area, it is scary, you don't know anybody. You could be living next door to a rapist or a pedophile, you don't know. You know, it's frightening, it's everything, if something is new. This is the time when you tend to dream the most, when something is new. Very often also, you can have dreams that are what we call ESP dreams. And when you have an ESP dream, that means you need to pay very, very special attention. And I will teach you all how to turn your dreams around so that you get the most out of your dreams and you get actually the information that you need to make sense out of dreams. And that is up to you to do that. You can do that. You can learn to do that. I will teach you that. Now, dreams happen when we are in the alpha stage and we have rapid eye movements, so therefore they refer to them as the REM cycles, rapid eye movement cycles. Okay? And this is when we start dreaming. And we'll go to our ESP dreams. In an ESP dream, and you can tell that's what it is, you are very much aware of your surroundings. There's no symbolism. Everything is as it would be if you were there in reality. You can say you were in a forest, for instance. You can smell the air, you can smell the trees, you see the butterflies, you feel the sun on your face, you know, you feel the heat, you can touch water and you feel it. That's an ESP dream, and now you need to pay real attention. And those will also be the dreams that you won't forget. You will remember those. So the second you wake up, you must write down what you dreamt, just in case. You know, have a little book by the side of your bed with a pen and just write it down. And then, you know, the next day, if you have dream analysis books, and by the end of our lessons I will tell you which books to get and which books are good and which books to just forget, because there's a lot of nonsense ones about too. I think any of you who've already listened to my videos or have seen my daily tarot card readings and stuff, I'm an honest person. I will tell you what's good and what's rubbish, you know. So we will always be with the best stuff and will leave the rubbish to those who don't need to know. So a little bit of a book and a pen beside your bed, and that's, you know, that's a good idea. So, you know, you write down whatever you need to, you know. Also, I was told the other day by somebody who visits my page quite often that they're actually getting deja vu and dreams very much so mixed up. The two are not related, you know, at all. Deja vu is the feeling of this has already happened. That's got nothing to do with dreams. Sometimes it can happen that you might have seen certain situation in a dream and then they happen in real life. This is not deja vu. Okay, so we don't actually know what deja vu is and why we get it. We have no idea why this is happening to people. We don't really know. That's a little bit of it's a bit of something, you know, we should try and find out. I've never really looked into it, to be honest with you, and I have knowledge on everything occult. I have knowledge on all of it. So if you need any advice on anything occult, call me. I will definitely tell you, and I will definitely help you. If you live in haunted houses, etc., etc., you know, call me, I'm coming. It's fine. I can't come to Australia. I know a lot of my people are in Australia, and I love you. I will have to talk you through it and send my daughter instead. And I will have to talk her through it, maybe, I don't know, and I will do that, and I don't really mind, that's fine. I'll do that. However, you know, in England we can help you, and we can sort you out with whatever you need help with. Sometimes people will have reoccurring dreams, and a reoccurring dream is coming back to you because it is trying to help you solve a problem, and you haven't solved this problem yet. And that is why the same dream keeps coming to you until you solve the problem. Again, if you find yourself at a loss, call me, I will help you. That's why I'm here. That's why we're running these workshops, because a lot of people get confused with dreams and certain symbolisms and what does it all mean and what's it all about, and oh my God, I can't make head nor tail of it, and you know, and very often certain things are very self-explanatory. You just need to know it, and maybe that's why we have people like me, because I know how to lay out dreams, and I will always be here to help you, especially if you suffer from reoccurring nightmares or anything like that. I speak other languages. I can speak German as well, so if you are from Germany and you know you find it easier to speak to me in German, that's fine. We can do that, that's no problem. I have knowledge of many other languages. I do not speak Portuguese, so don't even try Portuguese. I'm sorry, I cannot speak it. I've never learned it. Can't help you. English and German, and we'll stick to that. And a little bit of Italian. Okay, and that's definitely, I'm going to say no more. I have knowledge of many other languages, but not enough to speak fluently to you, and you know, So here now we have the different types of dreams, reoccurring dreams, ESP dreams, reoccurring dreams also. Some people keep a dream diary, and it's a very good idea to keep a dream diary, because then you get to know your own kind of sort of symbolism, certain things, certain people that you see in dreams who you tend to know in dreams, yet you don't know in real life, you know. And what that means is that those people are actually aspects of you, hence they are familiar to you. And sometimes we have quite violent dreams and we kill these people, hence we're getting rid of certain aspects of ourselves that maybe we don't need anymore. We've matured now, we've grown up, every 7 years, you know, your personal life cycle changes, you mature in a different way, you're thinking on different things, you're thinking about different things, certain things happen. You know, when you're 15, you're just maybe still going to school and you're thinking what you're going to do. By the time you're 22, you're either at university or you're working. Some young women are mothers, you know, so things have changed. You're definitely not the same person anymore that you were when you were 15. And again, you might now kill off that aspect of yourself. So you have familiar people in your dreams. And that's what it means. They're aspects of you. Alright? Also say you see certain family members. Let's assume that you see family members before you go to bed, and before, you know, this is how control of dreams comes into it. Tell yourself and your mind that when you see, say, your mum, she will play herself in any dream you have. She will always be your mum in real life as well as in your dream. Your brother will be your brother in real life as well as in your dream, etc. So you have people who play themselves. So when you see them, okay, they're maybe trying to tell you something, and that can happen as well. Very often dead people will come to you in a dream. Now pay very close attention when this happens, because again they will maybe try to tell you something. Certain things that you need to know about. Maybe you lost something and you see this person, they come along and they walk around in your front room and they look under the carpet and they find something that you've lost. When you have this dream, remember this, go to the place and maybe, you know, and now you found the item. This happened to me before. It's handy, but it doesn't always work. Doesn't seem to work with money. If you're looking for money and you haven't got any in the house, you're not going to find any, you know. I just thought I'd tell you that. However, you can still get certain other dreams. Maybe somebody shows you something that's very valuable. Maybe they're telling you sell this item. They might hold it up and look at it and suddenly a lot of money pours out of it. You know, stuff like that. This one, I'll tell you, this item is valuable. Maybe if you need money, you need to sell this. So again, you know, pay attention to what's happening in your dream. Alright? You can see there's a lot of things are actually involved, you know, it's not just a dream, is it? Sometimes for the dream analyst, you know, life, just like when you're a psychic, i.e. like me, life is not very easy, especially when what I call certain dreams are death dreams. And when people now tell you about those, and you know, and now you see, I will ask the question 3 times, are you sure you want to know? And this happened with my mother, and I said 3 times, are you sure you want to know what your dream means? And 3 times she said yes. And the dream went as follows. She said to me that she dreamt it was her birthday and I was there. Now my mother lived in Germany, I live in England, so you know. And she said you were magnificent. She said you were serving food, you were serving champagne, you were absolutely everywhere. So capable, so everything. And I said yes. So she said, well, you see, it was really a fantastic time. She said the only problem was you and I were the only people who were still alive. Everybody else who was there was dead. That's when I asked her 3 times, do you actually want to know what this means? And she said yes. 3 times she said yes. Tell me. I said, listen, you are going to see your birthday. And every day after that is a present from God. It was at that time, July, I think the 21st or something like that. She made me to write the date down. And I wrote it down at the time, and I still have this somewhere. It was July, I know it was July the 20-something. And I said to her, I said, you will see your birthday. Every day after that is a present from God. And my mother's birthday was on December the 12th. On December the 18th, she was taken to hospital. On December the 20th, she died. Yes, I am accurate. Yes, I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's not very nice when you have to give people this kind of news. It's really, my God, And strange as it is, even though you can be a psychic or not, and I laid this out and I said this, and you know what, when my mother died, I was still as shocked as if I hadn't known anything. Can you believe it? It's always a shock. When people die, it's always a shock, even if you know things, even if you see things. On the day she was taken to hospital, I did not want to go home because I knew I would get a phone call, and I said to my son at the time, I don't want to go home. We have to go home, and oh God, it was terrible. Impending doom, this feeling of impending doom, oh my God, it was 1,000-fold that day. And that evening I got a phone call at home saying that my mother had been taken to hospital. And it happened before and she'd been alright, it was nothing out the ordinary. However, she was by this time now 90 years old and nobody can live forever, and I thought, okay, something will happen. And the first thing I did when I came home that day, I asked my daughter, has anybody called? So she said no. Why? I said, well, they will. If I was home 20 minutes and the phone rang. And you see, I knew then, as soon as somebody speaks in German and it wasn't my mother, I knew, it's not good news. And here we were, and I braced myself. And 2 days later, sadly, she died, and, that was again a completely different thing, but, these things happen. But, again, it was more a case of being accurate in my prediction of the dream that she had. I laid out many dreams for my mother. We tend to have, my own dreams are usually full on, and I tend to have more ESP dreams. I don't have much symbolism in my dreams. I can also control my dreams, where I can consciously now look around myself and remember what was in this dream. And I don't know if this is something that other people who are foreign maybe experience. And this is a very strange thing actually, and it never fails to amaze me because I think it's fantastic, you know. I can walk up the street in my dream, you know, in London, and I turn the corner and suddenly I'm in Germany. Isn't that fantastic? My God, if travel was that simple. Oh, and you know, now you have to pay attention if this happens to you, and I dare say this happens to other people. Maybe you go to a place where you were born or whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. This is what happens to me. Now you have to pay attention. Look around you. Can you see any say like any mirror anywhere, or a window where you can see a reflection of yourself? Can you see how old you are? Can you look around you and see in what era you are? Because that's what it's referring to. Something is happening in your life that happened at this time to you already, or to somebody you knew. So pay very close attention when this happens. Okay? Because that's going to be important. You can train yourself to do this. And as time goes by, I'm going to teach you how to train yourself to do this. You know, it's very, very simple. For now, I want you to pay attention to your dreams and write them down. As soon as you remember them, write them down. Any symbols you saw, any people who were there, anything that you remember that happened, write it down. And maybe keep a little dream diary, you know, where you, sometimes we don't have any dreams, and you know, they've done experiments with that. People don't actually have any dreams. You start feeling mentally unwell because nothing is helping you with problem solving, nothing is helping you with showing you maybe certain things, how to be a better person for yourself, for others, or even bad things that other people are doing to you. Your dream shows you all this because subconsciously your mind gathers information. You have a major computer here, and that gathers information from absolutely everywhere, subconsciously very often. And in your dreams you will see certain things. That's why it doesn't necessarily make sense, but your subconscious is showing you certain things that happened. So, you know, pay attention, don't dismiss it. No matter how silly it might seem to you, call me, I will sort it out for you. We will see what's happening. If you have recurring nightmares, call me, I will sort it out for you. We will get through it, we will sort it out, and it can stop. Okay, so that's going to be everything for today now. So we've got a little bit of something to carry on with. Alright, so I want you to do that and see how you get on. Alright, I'll see you soon. Bye everybody.